Okay.
4 years is 48 months.
All right, gentlemen. Let's move straight to our final conversation. Now, doctrine begins to divide when the paths of interpretation diverge. The Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion has rejected the recent election of Bishop Cherry Vaughan, a lesbian, as the Archbishop of Wales. In a statement, the Primate of Anglican Church in Nigeria, Most Reverend Henry Ndukuba, described the development as a serious departure from biblical teachings. He noted that such an election signaled spiritual decadence and an outright abandonment of faith once delivered to the saints. For Most Reverend Ndukuba, Bishop Vaughan's elevation undermines the credibility of the Anglican Church worldwide. GKB, let's talk impact now. What impact could this rejection have on Nigeria's continued membership, in the Anglican Communion?
Well, to come to that conclusion, you have to first go back to the history of Christianity itself.
Okay.
And the essence of dogma at every stage in the growth of the church. Even the schism that led to for the people of Anglican Church to move away from the Catholic Church. So at every given time, something like this will happen. It will be resisted. So what can lead to other two things? They make their points and stay, or they take it beyond that and move away from the church. I do not see the second one happening. Because like I said, you have to look at the history of the church itself to know that this is not peculiar. It's peculiar in our time. Okay. It's not peculiar in the history of the church. Don't forget there was a time popes were having children. You understand? So now you don't do that anymore. So at any given time, dogma will come in, it will change. The Nigerian version of the Anglican Church do not believe in this. The option that is left for them is two. They take it and they make their points known and continue with their ecclesiastical job. But they break away from the church. Which we don't see happen. I do not see that happen down the line. But they will be heard. Because don't forget, even last year, when the things were said about whether lesbians or homosexual guys can become pastors. A lot of people resisted. But it's now a fait accompli in certain churches in the world. So to me, you have to know that either you continue with the system, take it with a bitter pill, or you break away. And stay pure to your beliefs.
PKO, do you agree with him?
Yes. I think this is not the first time that the Nigerian chapter will oppose this kind of thing. It's been there for some time. And what they are saying is, look, this is not the word of God. It has no force in Christian theology for man to marry man, for woman to marry woman. They see this as the church pandering to the modern era realities. And they vowed that they will not recognize this election. But the man won with a 2/3 majority. That was significant. So and that should say clearly the direction in which some of our churches are going. If permissiveness envelopes the church to the point that gays are now church leaders and churches are now even conducting holy matrimony for people of the same sex. Then, and the reason some of us argue this is against God's agenda is because they cannot procreate. God gave the mandate for us to go and multiply. If we refuse to honor that mandate, the world will come to an end because we will not. The human race will not be able to. Generations won't be able to supplant one another. You get the point that I'm making. So, because the Bible will say, "Jide, the mother of this and the mother of this," that's how generations. So, if you have men marrying men, women marrying women. They cannot have kids except they go and adopt. And they adopt kids. So why couldn't you bear kids on your own? You see yourself as a wholesome human being, but you married your partner who is of your own sex.
Of your own sex.
Now, because it pleases you to have kids, you now have to go and adopt. And those children would inevitably be made to abide by some of their own practices. So it suggests just how bad things. Do
you think the Nigerian church will break away? I mean, looking at the stance of the Nigerian church on this matter.
No, they said they will not recognize, so they can stay on their own.
Oh.
It's a possibility.
It's a possibility?
Yes, why not? Churches are broken up in many ways. Churches are broken up. People are, even today's new generation clergymen in Nigeria, some of their own offspring, in the inverted commas, or metaphorically, their own offspring. They've set up other churches. Somebody was in Baba Oyedepo's church. Today, he has the biggest church auditorium in Nigeria, in Abuja there, in Enche. He used to be in Baba Oyedepo's church. You know? Somebody used to be in Baba Oyedepo's church. He just left to start his own church recently. And I guarantee you, he will have tremendous following.
So it's not a new thing?
You know, if they cannot live with this kind of reality, they will go on their way. They will not have anything to do with the church. I know somebody who set up a church in Ghana, and they rebelled against him, refused to send money to the Nigerian, and the church ultimately became their own right there. So what are we talking about? The same sex is not known to Christian theology. No, it's not known. It's an aberration. In any case, many things about our world is an aberration, and you see people preaching tolerance. In some countries of the world, if you even do something that appears like you are discriminating against them, you could be in trouble. Thank God I'm in Nigeria. Maybe some of what I'm saying now, so people may
might want to frown at it.
Yes, if it was somewhere else. So, but we choose not to live anywhere else except Nigeria. We die here.
I like that part where he said they want to preach tolerance. Oh, tolerate her. Yes. Let's tolerate her. There's some things you can't tolerate.
That's the beginning.
It goes against our own culture.
Yes, our culture.
Against anything that you believe in. Once you have faith.
It goes against Christianity. It goes against our culture.
Because Yorubas will tell you that the only reason why you're on earth is to have children.
Sure.
That's why they will pray and do anything to have children.
Yes.
You know, it doesn't matter what is one.
They'll take risk to have children.
The woman will do anything. She may have all the money in the world. But the moment they ask about her, remember the old Obey song, that they will not ask you about the money. They ask you about your wife and your children.
Yes. They know you have to. And you don't have joy until you have both. Yeah. You don't have joy until you have both.
So it's even against our culture for man to live with man.
But you know, now you see how countries like France, countries like Russia, they are doing their best to incentivize giving birth to children. They'll give you money, just give birth. Because they know that the bigger their population,
the bigger their market.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
There is a chance the economy will thrive.
So that's what is happening in Europe. When people say that they gave me a visa, I said, no. They are looking for
all right, gentlemen. All right, gentlemen.
You can work. There are people
that their population can go.
All right, gentlemen. Well, it's a